What is going on, YouTube and Weight Loss Warriors? It's your boy C-Dub, and I'm back with another video. And I said in the title that if you're in a weight loss journey, this is a video you must watch, and I stand by that because I want to talk today about something that a lot of people don't really comprehend when it comes to just weight loss and maybe even life in general. And so I wanted to make sure that all of my viewers and subscribers were well informed when it came to this issue. But before I get into that, if this is your first time clicking on my channel, I lost 125 pounds eating one meal a day, or OMAD, and I'd like to welcome you to the channel. I started it to hook you up with tips, tricks, knowledge, and ideas that I learned along the way in my journey to help you out in your journey. I hope that you become a subscriber, and the reason why is because not only does that allow me to help you out, but it allows my influence to reach more people, and that allows me to help more people, which is what this is all about, trying to get the right information to the right people so that they can make an impact and they can change their lives. Now, with all of that said, put behind us, I want to really dive into this topic. And the topic starts with the idea that we have to be slightly, what's the word I'm looking for here? We have to be conscious of the fact that people on the other end of weight loss are trying to profit off of people that are on the heavier side or they're trying to lose weight. And it really doesn't matter to them whether or not you're successful or not. What matters is the fact that they get their money. And that is something that a lot of people just flat out don't understand. So I wanted to kind of bring this in with an example and then get more in depth with it. But we've all heard the saying that breakfast is the most important meal. It's one of the first things people say to me when I say I eat one meal a day. They say, well, how in the world are you skipping breakfast? Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's the thing that's going to kickstart you. It's the thing that's going to help you understand and comprehend things more. It's the thing that's going to give you the energy. And they just rattle off all of this stuff. But they have no backing to what they're saying, and they have no history behind what they're saying. And scientific studies, including the one that I've linked to the bottom below here in this video, have proven that you don't need breakfast at all. And that test scores actually perform a little better when you've not eaten breakfast in a lot of cases, and you definitely don't need it for all of these reasons that they list to you when people do say that. So where does something like that come from? And that's kind of where this video's point is. Well, this comes from John Harvey Kellogg and his buddy, I believe his name was, last name was Jackson, something Caleb Jackson, James Caleb Jackson. Those two guys invented something in the 19th century, and what they invented was breakfast cereal. And so they wanted to get breakfast cereal out into the public, and they wanted the public to be able to use breakfast cereal on a day-to-day basis so that, of course, they can make money. But the problem is the public was not buying it in the beginning because they were not used to eating breakfast. They were on farms, and normally on the farms they ate when they could eat and when they felt like eating and when they had time to eat, because you have all these animals to feed and you have all these things to do. So they're very busy farm life. And so you just kind of were more on the one meal a day type track as just an all around, world at that time. And these guys came up and they said, we need a slogan. And they said, breakfast is the most important meal. That over the course of many, many, many years has changed and ingrained into our whole society that it's actually true when it was a marketing ploy that they started back in the day. And how powerful is that marketing ploy? Kellogg's is still a brand today. So it shows the generational wealth that they created in the 19th century to where it's still relevant today and their family is still profiting off of this product. In turn, I think you're starting to maybe see my point here. If you can make a profit off of somebody else, you're gonna try to do it, right? Well, what if you can make a profit off of somebody that's desperate? And that is even more powerful because you see, when you take somebody that's overweight, that's tried all these different things, that has really put themselves in a situation where they're feeling like they need to change for their health, for their family, for all of these great, just real reasons that hit you in the heart. The easiest thing to do is to say to these people, hey, listen, I have the answer and it's in this bottle, or it's in this meal plan, or it's in this diet or this fitness program. And then you sell it to the desperate people. And the end result of this is 98% of them fail. And that's kind of where we are at. We are at an industry, when we talk about the fitness industry, that's billions of dollars, but yet we continuously fail over and over and over again. And most of the time, the person that's sitting across from you telling you to do something, they're trying to profit on some way from you. And that's where we have to be a little bit weary, and we have to kind of sit back and say, well, let me break the facts out of the situation and go from there. So I kind of wanted to help you guys out and provide you a little bit of information to help guide you in understanding that I have yet to sell a t-shirt. I'm not selling you a meal plan. I don't have a coaching protocol. So I have no dog in this fight other than the fact that you clicked on it and I made like a fourth of a penny on an ad rev or something like that. The bottom line is I'm pretty much coming to you as somebody that's not making any money at all off of this. And maybe one day I will dive into coaching or dive into selling t-shirts or dive into whatever the aspect is. But I want to make sure that we've established a relationship where I'm here to help you. And that's what I'm here to do, is to ultimately get ourselves into a more healthy state. So the things that you really need to watch out for are, number one, are you being charged for something? If you're being charged for something, that doesn't mean that it doesn't work, but it means that you're going to need to take more research into the situation. You're going to have to look at what they're selling and find out, do we have successful people? Are there people out there that have had success? Are there people that have failed on this? And you should do this with any real plan you go into, including if you decided to follow in my footsteps and do intermittent fasting. Find the people that have had success. Find the people that have failed. Matter of fact, I encourage you to find those two groups of people, because I think you'll see that you have more people having success and you have more good stories over there. But if it's a program that's not working, that's not going to be the case. If it's a program that's fake, you're not going to be able to find out that information. So the first thing is just the bottom line. What are they charging you to do? The second thing you need to understand is there branding and big corporation pushing this? Is this something that is something that they are now, they're charging you, but it's coming from something like this major corporation that's selling a meal replacement drink or something like that. Now, a meal replacement drink sounds great, right? Well, you get hungry. It's sort of like intermittent fasting. You're drinking this one drink, and what it'll do is it'll allow you to not eat for that meal, and you'll be able to move on your day. But what you don't see when you look at that is they're full of sugar. They're full of all these other things that are going to raise your blood sugars and do all these things to prevent you from losing weight. They're counterintuitive to what it is you're trying to do. So you've got to be wary of those situations and understand that most likely, if it's coming in the form of a pill or coming in the form of some kind of meal replacement, this is probably a product that someone is selling you to make some kind of profit from. So I think that we have to look at all of that stuff. And we even need to look as far as, what these people are ultimately profiting from. If every doctor says A and this doctor is saying B, well, why is he saying B? He could be coming from a place that's not the same place as them, where he's not making money off of this, but he's trying to save lives and they're just making money. Or he could be on the other side where he's just making money. So it's going to require some research and effort on your end to find out who is in it for the well-being of you and who is in it for the well-being of inlining their pocketbook or their wallet or whatever the case may be. So I think it's just something that I see all the time, and I can't tell you how many, not only YouTube channels I click on, but how many products come across my advertisement screens and things that I see all over the place, and people really think they're doing the right thing, but ultimately when you break down what they're doing, they're really not doing anything but giving somebody else money to make themselves feel like they're going to be on the right track. So with all of that said, I want to give you in the last little bit of advice what it is that can make a difference in your weight loss journey. If you've never clicked on one of my channels before, I think intermittent fasting is going to be something that can help you out. I think intermittent fasting, being able to take a break from food, will allow you to get into ketosis and hopefully be able to allow you to burn through some weight and to get the body fat off of you over the course of time. But understand that this journey is a long journey and it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of effort to be able to get you where you want to be. It's not going to be an overnight magic pill. And if somebody's telling you something that is going to be an overnight magic pill, that's when you need to run the other direction. And I think if you put some research and time to realize that I'm not the only one that's had success in this, many people that watch this channel have had success, and many people throughout the world have their own channels and have their own success stories that you should check out and find out and figure out if it is intermittent fasting or if it is something else. Find something that is going to fit you in your life, and then get grinding at it and understand that if it's going to be something you have to fork money out for, it's probably not going to help you, that you need to go do it yourself. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace.